Hello, welcome to Spirit Cocktails. I'm your host, Spirit. Today we're doing the classic style cocktail because this is the old fashioned, which, well, old fashioned, classic, makes sense. But this one is a little bit more of a modern twist because we're using the root beer flavored whiskey. This is Uncle Bob's root beer flavored whiskey. It's the only one I know of that's root beer flavored. I saw them on Instagram. Immediately I had to contact them and see if I get a bottle, and it's great. If you ever get a chance to try it out, let me know what you think. Definitely check out our review and then let me know your opinion on itself. But it's definitely worth trying out. If you like root beer, you'll love that. It does taste kind of like a flat root beer because obviously there's no carbonation, but it tastes just like it. It's definitely worth trying, and it's great. But the old fashioned, it brings in very few ingredients. Basically your whiskey, your bitters, a garnish of a cherry, and some orange, a little bit of water, and some sugar. That's it. It's simple. There's not much to this style of cocktail. You want to get a smaller rocks glass. Like this is a old-fashioned glass. You want to get something that's smaller because you're not adding a lot. You're adding maybe a few dashes of water and your sugar and everything, but only an ounce and a half of alcohol. Which means you need a small enough glass to fit all this. You don't want to have a big rocks glass because you're going to have like all this empty space and it's just going to look like crap. Unless you want to put crushed ice and maybe. But either way, it would be kind of eh. But this is simple. It's a variation on the classic old-fashioned. This is the Uncle Bob's root beer old-fashioned. Show you exactly how this one's made. Now to start, you want to take about a bar spoon of sugar. Now you can use like a sugar cube, however you want. It does originally call for a sugar cube. I don't have sugar cubes. My sugar cube is sugar, so there's no difference. Then you want to add a couple dashes of your Angostura Bitters. I am curious about something. I wonder if they make root beer bitters. If not, it's definitely something they should make because that'd be kind of a cool idea to add. It's something to keep in mind. Angostura, you can make it. B Brothers, Scrappies. It's an idea. You want to add a couple dashes of your water. You know, muddle it all together. Basically, what you're doing you're trying to mix it all, somewhat dissolve the sugar, but not fully. Creating, in a sense, a syrup, a bitter syrup. Which don't taste that bad. It's bitter, but sweet. It's bittersweet. Next thing you want to do, add some ice. You're taking an ounce and a half of your root beer flavored whiskey. If you want, give it a little bit of a stir. You want to garnish it with an orange and a cherry. But since it's a small glass, I don't need all this for the orange. So I'm going to use half. Then you want to add cherry. There you have it. The root beer old-fashioned cocktail. Very simple cocktail. As I said, there's not much to it. It's your primary is about 3 ingredients: sugar, bitters, and in this case, root beer whiskey. And it's a simple cocktail, but has a lot of flavor to it. Most of that is coming from the bitters because that's bringing out every other flavor that's already in there, especially your root beer flavors, and also a little bit of citrus. Very slight cherry flavor from that cherry. Let's see how it tastes. That is honestly phenomenal as far as flavor goes. It's sweet, has a slight bitterness to it. It's not overly bitter because you are using the bitters. The aromatic bitters to me is more a flavor enhancer. It doesn't really like bombard it with the bitter notes, but it helps bring out the flavors that are already there. It's actually really good. I love the balances it has. You figure you're adding all them other flavors and they blend really well with the root beer notes. It kind of amplifies the flavor of the root beer, and it tastes more like closer to a authentic root beer in comparison to what I already tasted before. Because this does taste very authentic as far as root beer goes, but it's amping it up. It's just making that much more of the spices and that much more of the notes coming out of it. So it's a really good cocktail. It's a simple cocktail, as I said, and it's a very good variation on a very classic cocktail. But it's definitely worth trying out. If you can get a hold of them, I'm not 100% sure where you can get it, but you probably get it on maybe drinkupnewyork.com or Total Wine and More. I know a lot of places there have it. Unfortunately, there's none over here, and they don't ship to my state, which sucks. The only way I'm able to get this right now is actually drive up to one of them places and get it, or have them ship me another bottle. But that's definitely going to last for a bit because I love it, but I definitely want to have some implications for different cocktails used for that. But let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Superior Cocktails, subscribe to our channel. But as always, drink responsibly.